gotta be honest with you guys, I'm kind of struggling a bit with this domestic life stuff here in Buenos Aires. I'm kind of in a funk and I don't know how to get out of it. Maybe I just need some more mate. I think there's two reasons why I'm kind of feeling like a little bit in a funk. And the first reason's kind of what I was feeling back in Medellin. It was kind of like this feeling of being somewhere so comfortable that you just don't feel like you need to do anything. Like you feel like you can just hang out indoors all day. Kind of like being at home. A lot of people trying to get into travel photography talk about this problem, that when you're at home, it's really hard to get inspired to go out and shoot something. You don't have like this exotic eye for places that you're really comfortable with, and I think I kind of have that a little bit here in Buenos Aires. Now the second reason I think is even more important in this situation, and I just don't think I have any sense of urgency. Usually I have like 4 or 5 days to explore an entire city or destination, and I have like 3 weeks here in Buenos Aires. So there's no sense of urgency. I don't feel like I need to photograph La Boca or anything, because I'm like, I can do it tomorrow. Now it's Sunday right now. I've got a lot of chores to do. I hate doing dishes and things like that. I'm not made for the domestic life. And then I have some emailing and some work on the computer to do, and then I'm gonna go out and photograph something. I'm sure you guys don't realize it, but I feel like I kind of owe you guys a little bit of an apology. Since the start of this vlog, the two major points I've been trying to push towards you guys is to always chase your dreams, and 2, don't make excuses why you're not, especially not gear. And I feel like the past couple weeks since my gear's been bad, I've been making the excuse of my camera's broken, so I can't really use it. But the reality is I'm just making gear an excuse right now. I have the Sony a6300, which I'm filming this right now, and so I'm gonna stop making the excuse. I'm gonna cross this traffic safely, and right now we're gonna head downtown and shoot some pictures with it. Truth bomb coming up. The subway here in Buenos Aires is way better than the New York subway. Not like it's that much of a challenge to beat, and it only costs 50 cents. I'm back here at Casa Rosada, Plaza de Mayo, and gonna shoot some pictures. So I'm gonna switch out cameras to use my GoPro to vlog because I need this camera to take the pictures now. So I'm sorry about the audio visual quality change happening now. So that I can use my Canon lenses on the Sony camera, I've got this adapter. I just have a Sigma one, but you can get a Metabones, which is better, and then it just pops on. So take the Sony lens off. And there we go. Let's take some pictures. I'm kind of struggling a little bit with this setup, and it really all just comes down to the electronic viewfinder, and the electronic viewfinder sucks. It's just a mirrorless camera problem, and I know they're getting better, but I'm struggling because I have my 10-stop ND on, and it means it's dark, and the camera's electronic viewfinder can't see through it. So every single time I have to take the filters off, compose the shot, and then reshoot it. And then on top of that, it's also having a hard time kind of figuring out the exposure, so it's taking a bit of trial and error. a little bit of a challenge, and the light's a bit of a challenge, but I'm still having fun. Another little battle I'm having that's not really the fault of the camera is that I just feel like I can't get wide enough. If you know my work, you know I love to get really, really wide, ultra wide. And since this is only 16 millimeters and then cropped down, I guess it's 1.5, I think, or more even. It's like 24 or 28 millimeter equivalent. I like to get really wide, 16 millimeters. So bit of a challenge. You can get a 10 millimeter Sony lens. I just don't have it. I'm complaining a little bit and struggling a little bit, but let me tell you that the one thing, the one real big pro that I'm noticing with this Sony a6300 is that its dynamic range is pretty insane. Not just for a crop sensor, but even compared to my Canon 6D, it is just incredible dynamic range. I'm shooting some of the harshest light you can possibly shoot, right into the sunset, in the middle of a bunch of buildings, and it's picking up lots of the shadows and it's holding in a lot of the highlights, and that's impressive. I am back home. I've just whipped up my edits from today's photo shoot. And before I talk about the a6300 quick, I just want to say I was in a funk earlier today. The funk's gone. The funk got gone. And I think the funk got gone because today I kind of had a project. I was forced outside my creativity box today by using the a6300. I found myself taking images I normally wouldn't take because I was testing new equipment. I found myself shooting compositions I normally wouldn't try to compose because I had different equipment, and all of that kind of gave me a sense of purpose today. It was fun out there today, even though the light was terrible, even though I had some challenges with trying to get used to the different equipment. I'm out of the funk. The funk is gone, and I'm stoked about that. Quick thoughts on the a6300. I love it. I love my camera. I love this a6300, especially for vlogging. In fact, I wouldn't vlog on any other camera right now. I love the video capabilities of the a6300. It does have its limitations with photos. As a crop sensor, I'm noticing some noise in the really dark images that I accidentally underexposed a little bit. With the 6D, I don't have that problem. And that was such a struggle trying to shoot through the ND filters when the electronic viewfinder wasn't showing me the actual exposure. My Canon 6D will see right through the ND filters, and what I see on the back of the screen is what I get when I press the trigger, and that's really nice. I will say though, that the a6300's dynamic range is amazing. I'm looking at some of these images and just mind blown that so much of the information was kept in it. When the conditions I was shooting out there were some of the worst you can have in photography. It was just like really harsh light with shadows, and I'm mind blown at the dynamic range at the end of the day. As for now though, I'm just excited for my Canon 6D to come back. Tomorrow is the day of truth. Tomorrow I go to the camera shop and hopefully my 6D is back. Because I love the a6300 and I think it's a great camera for starter travel photographers, but I miss my full frame, I miss my DSLR, and hopefully tomorrow it's back. So I'll see you guys on that episode. Peace.